episode of IRL. It's Real Life with Daryl Joy. And today I am joined with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everybody. I am Leanne. You can call me Le. I'm Daryl's cousin and also roommate. So, ayan. Pero di
Yes,
kami
so
roomies ngayon.
not now. Yeah, we're in like different parts of the Philippines.
Yes.
But today, we are going to be talking about some topics. If last episode medyo random and chaotic, today medyo mas may structure itong episode na to. First, I wanted to start with saying that we're cousins but we weren't close growing up. Like, we didn't see each other.
Yeah. Oo,
Yeah.
tama yan. Ikaw, ano yung first na naalala mo na nag-meet tayo? Or like had any contact, ganyan?
I know, like contact during growing up or like...
I guess yung nag-meet tayo, ganyan, and then I acknowledge you, oh, she's my cousin, ganon.
I don't know, I feel like hindi ko maalala lahat, but I just remember borrowing your shoes when I was in Jeddah where you used to live. Yan lang naalala ko talagang memory in my head.
Yeah, same. Pero ako, ang parang pinaka-first memory ko in my head was when we had, I guess, our first family reunion photo. Buhay pa si Lola Mami. And then, magkakasama tayong tatlo.
Back then!
Yeah, oo. Naalala mo? I guess that's the first time I saw you talaga.
Mm-mm.
And then, nung time pa na yun, parang gaya-gaya pa ako kay Ate Charlotte. Ate Charlotte is our other cousin.
Yeah.
Na parang gaya-gaya ko sa kanya kasi medyo close kami noon. And I didn't know you. And you're just so like, happy there. Parang like, wow, ganyan lang.
Sana always.
Right?
But like, we met again 2 years ago. 2 years ago na ba yun? That was 2 years ago.
2018. Birthday
Yes, because we were both going into college. Pero yun lang talaga yung parang, yeah, my memory doesn't go back then. All I remember is like yung Jeddah times. And I have like, do you remember the big ass teddy bear? The life-size teddy bear?
Yes! Yun yung pumunta kami sa inyo, di ba?
Yes! And then like, you guys bought that. And then like, we have a picture of that somewhere on Facebook.
Grabe,
But yun
I
talaga,
can remember.
Yun talaga yung mga memory, like when I think about it, that's when I remember. Pero I don't remember those like when we were way younger. So becoming roommates, how was that? Like, what was your first impression of me?
Oh my gosh, first impression. Well, not really more on you, more on first kay tita. Kasi siya yung... kasi, I guess, wait, sige, sa'yo, parang, noong una, sabi ko, hala, ang dami niya siguro hindi alam. Kasi, ako yung unang nakapunta dito sa Philippines bago siya. Kasi nag-senior high ako, ganyan. Mm-hmm. So, syempre, parang ako, kahit na like, ilang months older ako? 2 months? 2 months older, 2 months, right?
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months older ako. Parang sabi ko, magiging ate ako kay Daryl, ganyan. Wala siya masyadong alam sa Philippines, ganun. But no! She knows a lot! Mas marami pa sa akin. So, parang hiya ako doon. Kasi sabi ko, hala, ano yan? Kakahiya ka naman, Lia. So, like, you're such a responsible kid na hindi ko masyadong in-expect. Kasi siguro ako parang like, when I moved here, I was with my lola and kuya and may kasambahay kami.
Yeah.
And then I didn't expect na you would parang makakapa mo agad yung mga dito sa Pilipinas, ganon. Yun yung first impression ko sa'yo. Like a responsible kid who cleans well.
Ako naman, my first impression of you, I'm so forgetful. So, I don't remember. Pero, ang una kong parang is like, dang, she loves her sleep. When she's asleep, she's asleep. Like, it's so hard to wake you up. Like,
kasi alam nyo yung may lindol at lahat, di pa rin ako nagigising. Naalala mo yun?
You slept through an earthquake. Like, you did not feel the bed shaking. She didn't feel anything. She was just asleep. talagang heavy sleeper
I
ka.
love my sleep.
So, of course, na-burn out ka na, and if it's okay with you, would you like to share like the first time you felt na parang this is also overwhelming, I'm losing it?
Okay, let's go back to like my high school days kasi
Mm.
like back in sa sa Saudi pa ako nag-aaral ng junior high school.
Mm-mm.
Compared kasi dito, mas na burnout ako doon compared here kasi I feel
Okay.
like kasi yeah, right?
Yeah.
Tapos sa school namin kasi very very strict. It's not like here in the Philippines na like pwede ka magreklamo, you can stand up
Yeah.
for yourself sa teachers mga ganyan. Doon kasi parang teacher ka, student ka.
Like you can't really
And
change
our
what they've
section,
already
oo,
said.
oo. Yeah. And takot kami. Like very parang nga siyang military school eh. And we never
Uh-uh.
really questioned about it. We like magrereklamo kami within ourselves lang ganyan. But at the end of the day, we would do it. Anything. Kahit na
Mm-mm.
sobrang stressful siya. And if you really think about it right now, parang hindi tama yung mga binibigay nilang sa aming assignments na as in every day, meron kaming calendar for para sa class namin, nalalagay namin lahat ng to-do list everyday and lahat sila puno. So,
Oh
nasanay
my
ako doon.
God.
And
Uh-uh.
oo, nasanay kami doon and until ngayon, pinag-uusapan namin na parang grabe pala yung pinagdaanan natin
That
sa school
wasn't
na yun.
healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really healthy and doon ko rin naramdaman yung umiiyak ako. Like sa school works ko, iiyak ako, magbe-breakdowns ako. And doon nalaman ng parents ko na nagbe-breakdowns ako and then mas naging lax sila sa akin kasi before parang
Yeah.
gusto nila, oh, top notch ka, ganyan, 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 ganyan.
Uh-uh.
Pero nung nalaman nila nagkakaroon ako ng breakdowns and parang sobrang stressed ako and hindi talaga maayos yung sleep ko, junior high school pa lang. Parang palagi nila sinasabi sa akin na it's not healthy, but at the same time, ang hirap kasi siyang ilagay sa system mo when you're
Yeah,
used
that's
to it.
true. Mm-mm.
And because I'm used to it, like nasa sa akin kasi parang nung time na yun it's my way of showing na I can do this, never
Na kaya mo to,
give
oo.
up, ganyan, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Kasi if you give up, parang like sore loser ka, ganyan.
Yeah.
And oo, 'di ba? And then nung pumunta ako dito, junior high school, ganyan. Sabi ko bakit ine-expect ko mas madugo dito kasi yun yung palagi nilang panakot sa amin. That's why ginagawa nila
Yeah,
daw
but
yun sa
once
amin
you
para
go
ma-train kami.
home, once you go home, it's gonna be like super tough. Wait, how old were you when you first felt
Oo.
burnt out though? Like, how old were you? Like,
Oh my gosh. Grade 8. Anong
oh my
edad
God, that was so
yun?
young.
Grade 8, yes. Kasi, during grade 7, meron kaming, alam mo yung like natural born leader. Right? Meron
Okay,
tayong mga
yeah.
ganon. Grade 7, merong ganon. And then she left. Nung grade 8, parang at some point, it's not like I took her place, but nagli-lead ako. Bigla akong nag-start mag-lead. And the problem with me, and sinasabi ng parents ko is, yung pagiging leader ko is inaako ko lahat. Ibig sabihin, like, all the work, kinukuha ko.
Yeah, you'll do everything to just,
Yeah. And it's
make sure
not
you
like
do the
I'm
things right.
leading. Oo. And it's not like I'm leading na parang like I'm trusting people, ganyan. I mean, I do, but marami akong masyadong kinukuha sa plate ko. Ganon.
That
Kaya
makes sense.
nababurnout ako. Then itong college, yung pagka-burnout ko, it's like different. It's not more on like ang daming ACADS, ganyan. It's not that. It's more on like, I'm not happy, ganon. Ganon yung parang burnout ko. There's a difference kasi. Parang kahit na super burnout ako back in junior high school, I'm okay na burnout ako. Kasi fulfillment, alam mo yun?
Like there's
Fulfilled
something,
ako,
you're
happy ako sa
actually
ginawa
doing
ko.
something. Yeah.
Nag-enjoy ako. Kahit na burnout ako, okay, I'm fine. But like, yung college first year, hindi. Ganon. Kaya, mas ano siya, mas heavy, mas deep.
I feel like
Ikaw
also,
naman.
oh, well, I'll mention first that everyone feels burnt out no matter what the age. You see kindergartners crying
Yeah.
because of their schoolwork. And that's normal. You can't say na parang, that kid is so, like wait until you're in high school. I mean, I've felt that before when I would see some of the kids crying over, their ABCs or something. Pero it's real. Like we actually feel that pressure. And I know I felt
Mm-mm.
that when I was in elementary, but the thing was, my environment was very different. I have never experienced a Philippine school.
Yeah.
I've always gone to an international American school. And when I was, growing up and going through, it was so different from what you went. Na parang there was a leader and there was everything was set. Yes, yeah, must relax. And at the same time, everyone was equal. Like no one was like, oh, you're the smart ass and you're the genius, ganyan, ganyan. Everyone was seen as equal. So no one was pressured to be better than the other when I was growing up. I mean,
Mm-mm.
I moved schools kasi in third grade. So I moved to the American school. I went to like an Arabian international school, and that was like a different experience, but school was still fine. Like the academics was fine, but the others was not. So when I moved to the American school, I never really felt that I was burnt out because of the school and the environment. It was more so like with myself. Na I was not a genius. Like I was an average kid. I was not, always getting 90s from all my subjects. I would get math is my worst subject. So I would get like let's say an 80. My lowest is a 75. And I always felt like I know I can do better, but I don't know why I can't do better. Like, parang kahit aral ako ng aral, parang every time it wasn't enough. And that I think that was something I placed the burden on myself. No one
Mm.
else was expecting from me na, oh, dapat ganito ka, ganito ka. Like, my
Mm-mm.
parents would, of course, encourage me to do better because they know I can do better.
Mm-mm.
But I place it on myself that if I don't do better, they're not going to be proud of me. And I don't know where that came from. And then high school was a time where I was like, I'm just going to do my best. If I don't get a 95, it's fine. Like it's not the end of the world. Pero college, dun ako talagang na-burn out na, oh my God,
Oh.
I'm tired.
Totoo. Like,
Because
I mean, like,
it was
yung
so,
parang pag-shift mo from, like, an international school to UST,
yeah,
parang, like,
very
how is it
different.
different?
Everything is different. The way the admin is, the way the academics are given, it's very, I don't know how to describe it, but it's very Filipino to me. I'm not gonna say naman,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Filipino, but it was for me,
Oo.
I would like, oh, this is the Western way of teaching, and this is the Filipino way of teaching. Mas hindi ako na-burn out where I was like, my friends here, or like my blockmates here were like, oh my God, high school was so grabe. Senior high was really stressful, so much things to do. And I never experienced that. So I'm like, am I like just taking this so, you know, like parang, am I just taking this lightly? Am I supposed to, feel,
Yeah.
yeah, because I was like, was I supposed to feel burnt out in high school?
Parang like this like concept of parang kapag na burnout ka, you did something
You
great,
did
parang
something
ganon.
great.
You're
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right? But it's really not.
So it's such a myth. It's not true at
Yeah.
all. Because once I felt burnt out, I felt so bad. I felt like my
Mm-mm.
whole body was just giving out on me. And it's not a good feeling. I would never want to feel that way again. And I see a lot of people, even in college, where they push themselves so much na kahit their health takes a toll on them. And it's
Mm-mm.
already college, It's like,
Mm-mm.
parang sa kanila talaga, it's set na if I get burnt out or if I get, sometimes maybe they don't even know that they're getting burnt out, but if they get to that point where they're like, I'm exhausted, that means they're doing something great. And that's something
Yeah, pero
I also
hindi
saw that
talaga.
difference from like the students from where I came from and the students here. Yung talagang mga the Asian way of studying. Do you get what I mean? Like the really grabe. Grabe din kasi yung disappointment. Like, have you felt that way where you did something, you gave it all, your best talaga, but you just got disappointed in the end? ACADS wise or life wise, have you ever felt that way na ginawa ko naman lahat pero you got disappointed?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, lalo na sa ACADS. Kasi parang, lahat-lahat ginagawa ko, parang alam mo yung, like, alam kong hindi ako magaling dito. So, tinatry ko yung, like, more than 100% para lang maging average. And then, at the end, it doesn't work out. So, syempre, parang, like, nakaka-disappoint. Kasi sabi ko, alam mo yung parang, like, thinking na, ginawa ko lahat, pero ba't hindi ko nakuha? Pero alam mo yung, it doesn't equate na kahit ginawa mo lahat, makukuha mo. Usually kasi may ganun tayo, di ba? Na thinking.
Yes, that's true.
Kahit na napaka-bare minimum na ginawa mo, like some people get it. It's just life.
That's true. Yeah, that's the thing. And how have you seen a difference now that, you're in college and from when you were younger? Or do you see the difference of how you've been coping when you're feeling burnt out or you're getting there? Like, how did you deal with it before and how are you dealing with it now?
Okay, so how I dealt with it?
Yeah.
Noon, iyak, tuloy work. Yun na, like straight ahead.
You're like those videos where they're studying but they're crying. You're that me.
Yeah, oo. I remember every time, like parang, alam mo naman si Papa, tahimik lang siyang tao. Si Papa kasi nagsusundo sa akin from school sa Saudi, right?
Yeah.
So like every time na meron akong frustration with like projects, ACADS, work sa school, I would always tell him habang pauwi kami, ganyan. And you know, my dad, tahimik lang siya, nag-listen lang siya, yun na yung parang pinaka, and kahit naiiyak ako sa kanya, sinasabi ko sa kanya, parang, ayun, sinasabi lang niya is, relax ka lang, ganyan. But at the end of the day, they both know na I wouldn't do it, and I would still do my work to, to get things done. Ayun. Kasi, even though na nagbe-breakdown ako nung time na yon, and then like parang like super burnt out, parang mema lang siya sa akin kasi I need to get this done. Alam mo, that's the important thing.
Yeah, it's like get from point A to point B. Like, it doesn't matter what the obstacles are. Dapat matapos mo yung gagawin mo.
Oo.
Okay.
Kasi tsaka ayokong malag behind. Parang like, I'm sure na hindi lang ako yung umiiyak ng ganito kasi ganito din yung friends ko. And before, we've thought of it na parang it's a normal thing. Ganon. Now, here in the Philippines, since, ayun nga, nasabi ko na parang for me, parang mas lax yung environment, ACAD-wise, for me, compared to my experience before, parang, dito ko natuto mag-procrastinate talaga. As in.
Yeah, gets.
And if nababurnout ako, I just stop and I just do something different. I'll sing, I'll watch a movie, ganon. And then, maybe I'll cry. Pero, for me, mas less yung burnout days ko here compared to back in here. Kasi, I guess, mas open kasi, in terms of like your space-wise, environmental-wise, you can just go anywhere to point A to point B outside.
That's true.
Mas
yeah,
okay
more
na,
outlets to try and cope with how you're feeling. Not like back in Saudi, It's like
you just have your room
of your house.
Yeah.
There's something in our heads telling us that no one else is gonna help you unless you help yourself. Like, you just have to keep going. That's a good reminder, pero sometimes it gets thrown around in your head na parang, I have to do this way. This has to happen. And it doesn't work out that way a lot. And yun yung na-feel ko when I came home here, which is because I really want to succeed in whatever career, which everyone wants that, And now it's like, you're almost there where you have to get your shit together. Like getting to that point in your life where once you're in that career, you have to be sure of it. You have to like it.
Mm-mm.
And that's one of my things. Like, I want to be in a position where I like being there. Because if I don't like being there, I'm gonna slowly kill myself. It's like slowly just
Mm-mm.
parang mawawalan ako ng buhay if I ano. So just the process of everything, of moving here, of studying, that all got overwhelming. And that's where I got burnt out talaga for the first
Mm-mm.
time in my life. It's tough when you have to come into terms with things na akala mo kaya mo pero hindi mo pala kaya.
Mm.
It's
And I
very
think
hard.
ang mas lalo, oo, and I think mas lalo pang parang dumagdag sa pagka-burnout mo is the fact na you don't have your family here. Yung parang, alam mo yun, iba kasi
Yeah.
din kasi na parang, ako parang, nagkaroon na ako dito, I mean, kahit na hindi ko sila like parang immediate family, like my parents, ganyan, I still have
Mm-mm.
like, a support system here, ganon. So parang mas mahirap talaga for you, lalo na like parang super different yung environment since you're from an international school and I'm
Mm-mm.
from a
Yeah.
Philippine school, di ba? Out mo parang mas dama mo.
Parang hindi lang siya from ACADS. Parang, my life is changing. And, oh,
Yeah, oo.
yeah.
Oo.
Ikaw ba, when you felt burnt out, did it linger or did it, because like I've seen other people are like, for me, I felt this burnt out that slow, parang siyang sakit na parang it lasted for a few days until I got back to myself na parang, okay, refresh na tayo. Did it like linger or was it
Mm.
like you were able to avoid it and then it came back again? Parang ganun.
Ako, feeling ko parang madali naman akong ma-get over sa mga burnouts ko. But I mean right now, may na-experience din ako mga burns out, ganyan. Like like recently lang, like ang daming like pubs and like
yeah,
org
true.
things, mga ganyan. Alam mo, para silang flash and then all of a sudden wala kang ginagawa. Alam mo yung parang
that's true.
gets mo yun?
It's like you're doing so many things and then suddenly you're not doing anything and you're like, am I supposed to be doing something right now?
Oo, tapos parang, alam mo yung at the process na ang dami mong ginagawa, you feel burnout. Pero the time na wala ka nang ginagawa, kanyari tapos na yung gagawin mo doon, parang is this a different kind of burnout na parang nakahilata lang ako, I'm relaxing. I'm not sure if I'm relaxing. I'm not doing anything, but I'm not relaxed. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Parang, oo, like, I guess I really get over it if I know na meron akong kailangan pang gawin. Kasi, distraction siya. Yung mga things na kailangan mong gawin, di ba?
You can't stop because you're feeling something. Parang gano'n kasi tayo eh. Parang, I have to keep going. And also at the same time, the world doesn't stop for you. Everyone just keeps going.
Sometimes how I deal with it is parang like, ayun nga, parang natuto ako na to take my me time myself. Parang it's okay rin not to care too much. Even though na parang like, wag ka masyadong, syempre like people keep telling us na parang, okay, mag-care ka, ganyan.
Yeah.
Pero sabi nga ng nanay ko na tama rin na hindi ka masyado mag-care kasi at the end of the day, ikaw yung nahihirapan kapag masyado kang nag-care.
That's true.
Kasi,
that's true.
Diba? I mean, in a good way to. Not to care too much in a good way. Alam mo yun?
Because if you care too much, you start fixating on that thing only and that thing lang talaga.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a toll in your head. It messes with your head. And I think the main thing about being burnt out is letting yourself feel it. I feel like the more you avoid it, the more it just jumbles on top of another and another until you just explode.
Totoo.
Yeah, which, it's like, even, not just with ACADS, with everything. If you keep avoiding it, one day will come where you just will explode and you'll feel everything at the same time and it's tough.
And it's an awful feeling. Alam mo yun? It's a really awful feeling. Ako, ngayon, like compared to before, is iniiyak ko kapag alam mo yun, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling burned out,
Yeah.
ganyan. Iniiyak ko siya. And I'll do something na not related sa kung ano yung kinaburn-out ko. Just to get my head out of that,
Out
diba?
of it. Yeah, that's
So,
true.
oo, kahit na parang, alam mo yun, kahit na hindi ko naman masyadong ine-enjoy yung parang relaxed thing, ginagawa ko siya kasi alam kong I need to, like, ibang space, ibang headspace, alam mo yun. Ganyan.
Your mind and body
So,
will benefit
yun
from
yung
that.
how at least I cope up with it. And I like taking long walks. It helps me. Parang
So, it's
magmumuni-muni
nice,
ka
though.
lang,
That's true.
ganyan.
Yeah.
Ikaw ba? Like, what do you do?
Well, yun nga, this is something that I'm still working on. That's why wag tolaran. Kasi if I start feeling something painful, I leave it muna. Because I have to do something, But sometimes I avoid it and then it comes back after me. But the things I do I sleep. Talagang tulog yung way ko to
Totoo,
escape.
ikaw.
Oo, I will
Ako, I
nap.
can't.
Ako, kaya ko talaga matulog basta pagod ako. Ayun, when I'm burnt out kasi, I'm fatigued. Like, physically, I can't get myself to focus on anything. Pag talagang sobrang lala nung pagka-burnt out ko, matutulog ako. Other things is that doing everything else instead of feeling it na I'm feeling tired, I need to take a step back. Because, ayun nga, I'm here alone, so I have to do all of the things that has to be done. Pero one of the major things that I know is helping me when I'm burnt out is petting my dog because she's so soft. There's something about petting something fluffy and soft. It's very calming. It's a weird thing. I don't know how it works, but it works.
Na ang pets.
Pero, yun, I'm dealing with it better now than I did when I first came here. Which, every day is a new beginning. Parang it's a step. You have to take baby steps to feel good about it and know how to deal with it. Ikaw, di ba, you were a major, what was your major no first year?
Major ko pa rin siya naman ngayon. It's computer science with specialization in software technology. Ayan, yun yung aking major.
So, what made you, for those that don't know, you're shifting. And
yes, I'm shifting.
What was the moment like when you realized I gotta leave?
Oh my gosh, this is such a good topic. Okay. Ako, I'm lucky enough na mapadpad ako sa isang school na parang yung sistema is not like high school, like in UST. Collective kasi kayo eh. And kami, we make our own schedule. So parang individualistic siya in a way.
Yeah.
Gets mo? So parang hindi masyadong pansin kung irregular ka. We have no such terms, irregular.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun? Parang wala, like mag-shift ako, okay. Shifty, yun na yun. Kasi parang I feel like in schools like UST and whatnot, parang may takot yung mga tao kapag nag-shift sila kasi ayaw nilang mabansagang irregular and gets mo yun? And yung takot na parang naiiba ka sa kanila. At first talaga, parang like, never talaga ako nagkaroon ng parang solid love na course na ito na talaga kukunin ko.
Like this is where I'm gonna head. This is the path I'm gonna take.
Yeah. Kasi mga hindi nakakaalam sa inyo, dapat magme-medicine ako sa UST. Medical technology, kulang na lang, magbabayad ako. And then, parang, as in, like, basta ko lahat, dream school ko, UST, by the way, dream school ko yan, ganyan. And then, one day na lang, parang, wala yung ICT teacher namin, like, ICT teacher is like sa communications and technology teacher.
Yeah.
Ganyan. So, like, about mga computer, ganyan. Wala siya. And, hindi talaga siya magaling na teacher for me eh. Hindi talaga siya masyado nagtuturo ng maayos. And I got, parang like, kapag ako naging teacher na ganyan, magaling ako magturo. It's just like a thing. And then, bigla na akong nagkaroon ng, can I, like, what if, hindi ko ituloy yung sa UST. And then, never ko naging, I'm studying in LaSalle, by the way. Tapos, never ko naging choice talaga ang school ng LaSalle. Kasi alam mo yun, parang like, yung thinking ko, di ako bagay dyan, puro mayaman lang dyan, ganyan. Stereotypes nga, ganyan. Meron sila extension na you can parang palitan yung in-applyan mong course.
Yes. So, the initial from the application.
Oo. Kasi yung in-applyan ko doon, parang reconsideration yun, yung term, reconsideration. Ang in-applyan ko kasing course doon is medicine related. Lahat ng in-applyan ko is medicine related. Like
Even in LaSalle.
Yeah, in LaSalle. Like, I parang tinry ko lang naman din ng LaSalle kasi just for the sake of taking ang exam. Yun lang.
Yeah, that's true.
Tapos, it just so happened na may extension sila. Yun lang naman yung isa sa mga schools ko na in-applyan aside sa UP Manila. Hindi ako pumasa UP Manila. So, yun lang yung 2 schools ko, UST at LaSalle. So, wala akong choice. So, ayan, LaSalle. Try natin may extension ng reconsideration ng program. So, ginawa ko yun. So, when that came, yung extension ng reconsideration, I changed it, I applied for it, and I got it. Sabi ko, oh my God, kapag isa yun sa parang signs na sinabi ko sa sarili ko Kasi, yung deadline ng payment sa UST,
next day na.
The day, like the next day, parang the next day nung results ko ng reconsideration. So like, alam mo yung nag-uunahan sila, oh my God, mag-ano ba ako, tutuloy ba ako sa UST? Or hihintayin ko yung reconsideration ko? Sabi ko, Lord, kapag pumasa ako dun sa reconsideration at pinayagan nila akong malipat sa computer science, eto na talaga, Lord. Kukunin ko na. Kinuha ko kasi napasa ko. So, yan. Parang, at first talaga, like, I'm really into, like, the computer field naman. Kasi, back in junior high school, it's talaga yung nag-inspire sa akin, yung computer teacher ko. At first, like, parang, like, having fun, first year, first term, tri-sem kasi kami. First year, first time, I was having fun, ganyan. And then, so suddenly, parang like, everyone is just so good. Parang, hindi ako on par with them. And I have to work parang twice as hard para lang ma-reach ko yung level nila. And whenever parang okay yung grades ko, ganyan, hindi ko na-feel na parang, deserve ko. Kasi, I ask for help. Yung parang mga ganon. Like,
parang it's not coming
I don't
from
know what
you
they call
na
this.
I know
imposter syndrome. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Imposter syndrome? Parang
like
hindi ko siya deserve.
Yeah, you're doing the work, but because it doesn't feel like it's coming from you, you feel like you don't deserve what you're getting. Yeah. And doon na yung level of burnout ko dito, it's more on the very emotional side kasi dito ko naramdaman na parang sobrang worthless ko. First time ko naramdaman yon. Kasi yun nga, overachiever ako, I know my worth, ganyan back in high school, mga ganyan. And then like first year kaya I'm not so happy kasi parang like ayun, di ako masaya. Talaga masaya, and then parang sobrang dami kong binibigay and sobrang hindi ko nararamdaman yung fulfillment, hindi talaga. So sobrang naging emotional ako, bigla-bigla iiyak na lang ako sa library, kung saan man ako bigla-bigla na lang kasi sabi ko, oh my God, ano tong nararamdaman ko? First time kong naramdaman na ayaw kong pumasok ng school kasi ang baba ng self-esteem ko when it comes to like my ACADS. It feels like, I feel like everyone else was
bobo ko sa college ko.
Did it feel like everyone else was doing better than you? And you felt that way?
Yeah, oo. Nag-excel sila. Oo, and the fact na parang nararamdaman ko yun, I felt parang naglalag behind ako. And parang for me kasi parang like wala sa vocab ko ang mag-give up. Ano
Mm.
na to eh, parang like second ko na to eh, like nag-medicine ako, tapos nag-comsci. Alam mo yon, parang ito na yun dapat eh, ganyan. Doon ko na nalaman na, oh, there's something wrong and kailangan na talagang matigil to. And ayun, hindi ako nag-shift agad or like apply for shifting agad kasi sabi ko, i-try ko pa kasi parang mukhang kaya naman.
Stay pa, ganun.
Oo, stay pa. Pero nung nag-try ako ulit ng one term, kahit na promising naman yung mga results and naging okay, ayun, pagtanto ko na talaga na hindi talaga, parang hindi na ako bagay doon. Yun na yun. I asked for advice sa friends ko and lalo na sa family ko. And blessed ako na meron akong very supportive na family. Actually, kahit anong landas man ang kukunin ko, okay sila. It's just me na ayoko na maiba yung landas ko. Kasi parang, I have this thought na dapat, kung ano yung sinabi mo na ito yung course mo, dun ka na. There's
like,
no turning left or right. There's no going back. Panindigan mo, ganyan. Kahit na may parents, hindi sila ganun sa akin. They just want me to be happy.
Yeah.
Pero I guess it's just this like social pressure and the pressure I put on myself na alam mo yon, parang ay nga panindigan mo ganyan. There's really a difference talaga. Like sa pagka-quit, this is quitting eh. There's really a difference between giving up and knowing when you have had enough. And
yes.
I've had enough. Yun ako, I've had enough. Kasi di ako masaya, it's taking a toll on me. And before kasi I have this like conception of parang nakakahiya na mag-shift. Yun eh, nakakahiya mag-shift.
Because one way or another, people will hear that, oh, she shifted. Like, why did she shift? There's a lot of like conspiracy when someone, changes their mind about something.
I've mentioned na parang like, overachiever ako before. The fact na may moment na hindi ako naging dean's lister sa school, like in college.
Yeah.
At first, hindi ko talaga siya matanggap. Kasi sabi ko, hindi ako ganito eh. Hindi ko to deserve. Hindi ako dean's lister. Ganyan. Hanggang sa natuto ko i-accept siya. Kasi sabi ko, alam mo, in like 3 years time, wala naman makakalala niyan. Ako lang.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone is concerned with their own thing eh.
And sometimes we think na they're concerned about us, but in reality,
it's not. They really aren't. Yeah.
Diba?
It's something that we tend to forget eh. We think that when we mess up, everyone's eyes are at us.
Yeah, oo.
And everyone's eyes will always be at us.
And I guess that's what I felt before talaga. I don't want to hear na parang, oh, mag-shift ka? Oh, sayang, di ka na-dean's lister, yung ganon. But, ngayon, like, it's all meh. Well, ano ngayon? Wala talaga. Makakalimutan din naman nila yan. And makakalimutan ko rin, to be honest.
That's true. Like, life keeps going eh. Like, if you make this decision, it's your life. You have to do it for yourself, not for others and what other people think.
It took me a lot of courage talaga
to do
it. Kasi, alam mo yon, like, I guess hindi lang naman ako eh. Ang daming tao talagang takot mag-shift. And there's really nothing wrong with shifting.
Yeah.
To be honest. If yun yung kailangan mo action para maging masaya ka and you feel like you belong, gawin mo siya.
Yeah, that's true. And shifting is not just a one night thing where you think about it and you get to decide na parang okay, gagawin ko na. You have to really think about it, think about everything. I mean, it's okay to feel that way nga na what will other people think. It's part of the process. You can't avoid it because we're as humans, we always think that everyone cares about what we're doing.
Yeah.
So talagang if you feel like you have to change something in your life, pag-isipan mo din talaga. There's people where they want to change something and they do it agad without thinking, and that is the top side of it. That's the a hard side of it na if you're doing something na parang minamadali mo, biglang, what if that was wrong? So talagang dapat you take your time, and you took your time. You really thought about everything. You have to, you have to do that. You have to think about it talaga.
And the thing about it, na parang, ayun nga, diba, na-mention ko na I feel like na parang I'm lagging behind. So, ibig sabihin, I'm treating college as a race when dapat
It
hindi.
shouldn't be. It shouldn't
Like, diba? Like, parang take your time lang, like, do things at your own pace.
At the end of the
Parang,
day, you're in a race with yourself, not anyone else. You're in a race with yourself.
Totoo. And lahat ng gagawin mo, para lang din naman para yan sa'yo, hindi naman para sa kanila. Like, case to case din siya. Like, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Kasi if you're the type of person, yung priority mo is being practical, you wouldn't shift at third year or like fourth year kung kailan patapos ka ng college.
Yeah.
Kasi money-wise, time-wise, effort-wise, alam mo yon. Pero if you're the type of person na parang like, iset aside natin ng konti yung practicality and think about like yourself.
A bigger picture of yourself and how you'll do with that
what
career.
You want. What you want and where you feel like you're gonna be happy or you feel like parang you belong, you would do it. Yeah. Kung ako, hindi pa rin ako masaya, I would do it. To be honest, I would do it. Parang like, when it comes to mag-work na tayo, hala, baka hindi ako maging masaya sa work ko. So, dapat masaya na ako ngayon.
Dapat ngayon pa lang, no, if nakikita ko na yung sarili ko doon. Which sometimes it proves to be true, pero minsan, it takes time. Kasi nga, iba-iba nga talaga, people are different, and not everyone, has that same, pero if you're like risking your mental health of like, alam mo yung parang pinupukpok mo na yung sarili mo sa head, na parang, hindi mo na kaya, pero tinutuloy mo pa rin, na talagang hindi ka na masaya, I think that's where you should reconsider what you're doing and how you're dealing with the things you're dealing with.
Ikaw ba? Parang, you've mentioned before na parang you have thoughts na gusto mo mag-shift, but you never really pushed through. And why is...
If you're gonna do like because this is a life-changing decision, like it will really change everything na you thought you planned na. So for me, yun nga, talaga kailangan pag-isipan. So pinag-isipan ko siya. I had thoughts of shifting because it wasn't my first choice, It was, I had interest in it, but I just didn't see myself in it nung una.
What was the course ulit na dapat pag-shiftan mo? Is it psychology ba? I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Psychology, or I was also thinking of shifting schools to where dito kasi limited yung veterinary medicine. So I was like, I'll shift out of this game. Because, ayun nga, from the beginning, I shifted from a very different environment to this environment of UST. Now that we were, I'm here in UST in college and where it's a block type of thing, the stereotype of it being na parang, dapat lahat tayo sabay-sabay, which it's not true because my block, it's like, we're all working together, but at the same time, parang, you have to, if you want to succeed, you succeed. Like, no one's gonna wait for you. Like, that's a difference with college, And so I had those thoughts when I first came here because I was also adjusting with the system. Because I never really had a dream school here in the Philippines. My dream school was in the UK. But I can't afford to live there. So I had to really consider here. I really had to consider it. So, ayun. Actually, nung senior year ko lang
we didn't get into our dream schools.
We didn't. There was this feeling when I went inside UST. Again, prior to this, I only saw the website, but I didn't even, sobrang hindi talaga ako set dito sa Pilipinas. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get myself into the UK. Kahit sa kalsada na lang ako tumira, basta mag-aaral ako doon. So, when I went inside UST, when you feel like, oh my God, I want to study here. I had that feeling when I went inside UST, which, I never felt that way because all the schools I've been to prior to UST were all, chosen by my parents. Pero when I got in my major, I had thoughts like around the second term of first year where I was like, I don't think I can do this. So I started looking into shifting in the university. And as I started to, look into other fields, other majors, that's when I realized that, weird, pero that's when I realized I belonged in behavioral science. Does that make sense? Like, it gave me time to really think about where I am and where I want to head to. And when I looked at the bigger picture, I wanted to stay na lang sa behavioral science. The reason of me wanting to shift was because I was so overwhelmed and about the system na parang I was not used to it. So I just wanted to leave na lang. Kasi baka sa iba, mas maging okay yung experience ko. Because my major is very research heavy, readings heavy, and I didn't really go through that back in high school.
Yeah.
When I looked into other fields, even psychology, I just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. And I think everyone needs that. Everyone needs to, if you're, doubting something, they need something to, show them na if it's the right decision or if it's the wrong decision. We all ask for signs. So, I asked for a sign and really thinking about it and not, doing things just because I wanted to, leave, which is a good idea. You should always think of things thoroughly. It made me feel na, okay, I don't want to shift. And then the second year, I was really happy. I was still stressed because, school is never easy, especially right now in college. But I was happy. Like, I was happy with what I'm doing. I was happy with what I'm learning. And I see myself finishing in this career. And I also like the opportunities it has because I can always go to a medical field or a law degree. So, that was my side na I started with wanting to shift out and then realizing na, oh, this is actually right for me. I know for me, for a fact that, I think people should really realize na it's okay to not know what you want from the get-go.
Yes.
It's okay to feel like confused kasi it's part of it, especially if you're a teenager. You're a teenager, like hindi mo pwedeng i-plan yung life mo. What will your life be in 10 years, because everything changes as you grow up.
Kasi we have this thinking na dapat lahat is according to your plan to be successful.
Yeah.
And it's not. And alam mo yun, parang like growth is not linear. It's a roller coaster. You will have ups and downs. You will slow down. You'll have a fast pace. At the end of it, it's your journey alone. Alam mo yun?
That's true. And it's really okay to feel like things are not going your way. Because hindi talaga step-by-step plan ang buhay. We're just realizing this now as, we're really leading to like the real life, Because I see a lot of teenagers where it feels like they've written a thesis about how their life's gonna be. Like
That's me before. Alam mo yun, like being the overachiever I am, parang dapat lahat ma-achieve ko. Alam kong ma-achieve ko. Alam mo yun, lahat nakaplano, lahat naka-laid out. Because people are gonna look at me and, they're gonna expect something from me. Na parang like, overachiever to back in high school. I-expect nila, overachiever din pagdating ng college. Gets mo?
Yeah. Tapos overachiever din sa work. It's that vicious
like, parang
cycle.
Like, you have this perfect life.
Yeah. But again,
really
as you said, that it's your life and yours alone. I mean, it's not like it doesn't mean, we're not saying that you have to shield everyone out from their opinions. It's good to hear other people's opinions. It's good to hear those things na kahit masakit if people say, kasi masakit din marinig na parang, sayang to, dapat tinuloy mo nila. Masakit yun. Pero at the end of the day, you have to think that I'm doing this for me, not anyone else. Because at the end of the day, you're building your own success. It's that like people will always have a say in your life. They will always feel like they will say something. You know, people that you meet, people that you know. Pero at the end of the day, that doesn't matter because they will also forget that they ever said that to you.
Yeah.
You know, they don't sleep at night thinking this is what Daryl did, this is what Leanne did.
You feel free. You feel free when you get to make your own decisions based on your, your own thinking. And I mean, it's, like katulad ng sinabi mo, there's nothing wrong with taking other people's opinions into considerations. Kasi minsan tama naman talaga siya eh. Kasi minsan, yung sinasabi nila is for your own good. Yun nga, take those into considerations, other people's opinions, but at the end of the day, it's still your call.
Life is a crazy ride. What we're saying as well is not just, it doesn't only apply to academics. It applies to things that you have to decide on in your life, relationships. Like, sometimes like why, if you are sacrificing your own mental health for someone to make them happy, to make them feel good about themselves when you don't feel good, that's when you have to really also reconsider of, am I supposed to be in this, with this person? Even friendships, like in every aspect of life, you have to consider a lot of things. And at the end of it all, you should always put yourself as the top priority.
I have a vision of what my future would be like when I'm like a lola level na. But not in my like adult, alam mo yun. I imagine myself living in my in the countryside in my bungalow and having a lot of plants, and I have the green thumb. I know how to plant a plant. Yeah, and I'll have I'll have my paintings that surrounds me.
This episode is brought to you by Anchor. Anchor is an all-in-one platform where you can create the podcast of your dreams. It is as easy as 1, 2, 3, as everything you need, and it's 100% free. You heard me right, it's free. It's free. Anchor is a place where you can create your podcast and monetize it and have it distributed to everywhere where they have podcasts like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all other major listening platforms. If you want to create the podcast of your dreams, do download Anchor. Thank you to Anchor for sponsoring this episode. Now let's go back to talking about the nitty-gritty of real life.
Hey guys, if hindi ka pa registered voter, mag-register ka na para sa susunod na halalan.
We have to vote.
You have to vote, guys. One vote can
really change.
It counts. Can
It
change
counts.
anything. It counts. One vote.
I swear, like if you say na my vote will not make a difference, it will. It really will. Kasi if all of us think na my one vote won't make a difference, ang daming hindi makakaboto dahil they think their vote doesn't make a difference.
Yes, there's a lot of going on in our country. Lalo na pandemic, mas na bibigyang liwanag.
Yes, that's true.
Mas nabibigyang liwanag yung defects sa system natin.
That's true.
So, ayun. Before COVID, may defects na. Lalong nakikita lang ngayon. Alam mo yun? It's not because of COVID nagkaroon ng defects. Alam mo yun? It's already there.
Mas lalo nakikita na natin na kung ano yung mali. And it has to change. Oh my God, the Filipino people deserve better. During this pandemic ba, have you been out, like gone out and stuff like that?
Like for like yung importante lang rason. I go out to pay the bills. Yun na yun. Hindi ako actually, kasi since may kasambahay kami dito, siya yung bumibili ng
Ng grocery?
outside. And it's not like
Okay.
outside. Yeah.
It's like in
Grocery.
your
And it's not like outside.
Yeah.
It's just like in our village. So, I mean, the risk of getting into contact with someone with COVID mas less kasi since it's just
Yeah.
around here lang.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
since gayon, parang di talaga ako lumalabas unless na it's for important reasons lang. Keep yourself at home na lang din hanggat kaya mo.
Hanggat kaya, nga. We're in the privileged side na kaya talaga natin hindi, so many people are having a hard time right now. So if you can also donate to places that will help the people that are not as privileged as us, I will leave places in the description if you're watching on YouTube of like the superheroes, the charities that you can help right now during this pandemic. So, to end this, what would you tell your yourself 5 years ago of something you wish you knew then and that you know now?
It's such a deep question. I guess there's nothing wrong with quitting and learn how to say no. Yeah, parang yun yung like one of like the biggest lessons talaga na sobrang nag-change talaga ng parang I guess perspective ko in life ngayon in terms of my academics, my orgs, or like in the life.
Like your whole life talaga.
Yeah,
Okay, are you ready? Since that was super deep, let's do something a lot lighter. Yeah. I asked you to come up with fast talk questions.
Oh my gosh!
This is going to be a tradition.
Okay, first question. Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook.
How do you want to be remembered?
Oh, shoot. I want to be remembered as a good daughter, good friend, good person. Wow!
Okay. Wow, bilis ah! What is the best compliment you have ever received?
Oh, about my handwriting.
Wow!
Even in college, parang na-strict na siya na every time I would write, people would tell me na, wow, straight, kahit hindi, walang line, nagagawa ko straight, and nakikilig ako. Yun yung unang pumasok sa utak ko na, nakikilig ako, na may compliment.
Oh my gosh, okay, so what's your favorite chore?
Cleaning yung sasabihin ko.
Cleaning in general, lahat.
Pero I like wiping. It's so satisfying. Like wiping the dirt out of, Ganun.
Okay. If you could paint a picture of any scenery you've seen before, what would you paint?
I would paint the scenery I saw in Batangas up Mount Gulugod? Basta sa Batangas. It's so nice.
Do you talk to yourself?
Yes.
When was the last time you talked to yourself?
Yesterday!
Okay. Oh my God, medyo heavy tong isang to. Hindi pala. What about yourself hasn't changed in the last 10 years?
Like every person I meet, I always want to give them a chance kahit they hurt me. Parang kahit I know.
Wow, deep answer!
Yun
in first in mind mo?
Yeah, like, it hasn't changed. Even though how many times I get hurt, if, I feel like I need to give the person a second chance, a third chance. Sometimes hindi na dapat, pero binibigyan ko pa rin. Pero, ayun. Wow, bakit?
Alam mo, ano sasagutin ko? My love for Barbie.
For a lighter, my alternative answer would be my love for animals. Ayun na lang yung totoong sagot ko. My love for animals has never changed. Mas nag-grow siya.
Next,
Go.
One of the sweetest things someone has done for you.
Hindi ko wala pumapasok sa utak ko. first thing that came to my mind is when I'm hungover, people feed me after.
Oh, okay. So, okay na.
Yung last question.
For the last question, may bakit siya. Okay ba?
Okay.
Kung babalik ka ng isang bagay sa past, ano babalikan mo at bakit?
Can my answer be everything I've experienced?
Ha? Nag-iisa-isahin mo?
I mean, isang bagay lang ba?
Yeah, isang bagay sa past. Like, siguro
Okay.
a moment.
Honestly, I'm gonna, myself right now is cringing, pero I would go back to the moment.
Alam ko ba to?
I feel like you have an idea, but like, from the first moment I met my first love. I mean, he helped with me growing then as a person. I appreciate him for that. So, myself right now is cringing from my answer.
Okay. Congratulations. You have survived.
What's my prize?
My love for you.
So, okay, my questions are so different from Leanne's questions. Mine are so just like random. Oh my God.
Oo nga eh.
Sunrise or sunset?
Oh my gosh. Sunset.
Messages or phone calls?
Messages.
Okay, duck-sized elephant or elephant-sized duck?
Oh my God. Duck size. No. Elephant size duck. Malaking duck.
Elephant size. I'm imagining it. Oh my God, and that's your first pet.
Yeah.
See, my questions are nothing deep. Pero,
Diba?
comedy, movies, or drama?
Oh my gosh, drama.
Would you rather have 20 toes or 5 nipples?
Oh my God. Weird. 5 nipples.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last question is coffee or tea?
Tea. Let's be Uncle Iro. Let's all love tea.
Again, thank you, Leanne, for joining me in this episode. Do you have anything you want to plug, anything to like share with the people other than what we've already shared in this episode?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think open pa yung namin, donate to Folkcast. So donate to Folkcast is my org, a dance company, LSDC Folk, LaSalle Dance Company Folk. So we just recently finished our 3-part podcast about the indigenous communities. So we featured the Ate community, the Mangyan community, and the Subanen community. And it also serves as a donation drive to help them with their future projects and in their community. So, ayun, ipa-plug ko lang naman yon. They're one of the most affected communities during the pandemic, lalo na they're from the like sa malalayong lugar sila sa rural areas. So it's really hard for them to get an access to, healthcare and everything that it's easier for us to have an access to. Donate to Folkcast, guys.
It's the description. I will put the links in the description. If you're listening on Spotify, go to my YouTube channel. So you can click on the link. So donate, you guys. I really enjoyed this. I feel like there's a lot of thought na napunta sa mga questions na I hope you guys learned something from us. We are not experts, so don't get mad at us.
Yes.
Hindi siya mag-apply sa'yo.
Oo, kinukwento lang namin to based on what
our experience. Right? Yeah. And I hope whatever you're going through ay nakatulong din yung some of words of wisdom from us. Again, we're still growing as we go. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you on my next one. Get excited because my next special guest will be one of my best friends as well. So thank you for listening to IRL. It's real life with Daryl Joy. Bye! Woo!
Bye-bye!